It's 8 a.m. and I'm standing at my own front door, just tapping my ID, tapping my key like I'm still clocking in for work. So I couldn't even get myself inside. I'm standing at my front door like a zombie, like this. It was so crazy. I was literally dead inside, all right? Working 12-hour shifts on my feet, leaving work with nothing left in me. So if you're a nurse, you know this exact feeling like a ghost. A year ago, this was my life every single night. So let me take you back to how I actually got out of it, because it's the same me with the same nursing license and nothing about me really changed, all right? Except that I finally stopped waiting around for the perfect moment, for the perfect opportunity, because quite frankly, it was never gonna come. So let's start with my story. I grew up in Minneapolis, and when I was growing up in Minneapolis, I was on Medicaid. So what is that? Government assistance. Money was always tight. My mom was a CNA, Certified Nursing Assistant, which was basically an entry level to get into nursing. And she was having a really hard time providing for us. So I knew when I was really young that I had to start pulling my own weight, had to start pulling my own strings. So I started working at 16. And my first job was McDonald's, flipping burgers. I was doing everything. I was on the headset, on the fries. If you worked at McDonald's, you know what I'm saying. Then I moved on from that. I worked in Walmart, cashier, stalker. They were just putting me in all positions everywhere I worked at because I was just that versatile and that just good at my work. So after that, I got into healthcare. Honestly, just because it paid more in high school. Healthcare pays well. Just because it paid more, I got into being a CNA in high school, all right? Making 20, 21 bucks an hour, which means I was making more than any of my friends. So I got my CNA license in my senior year of high school, right? The exact same path my mom took. And I actually ended up loving it, taking care of people. It just felt right to me. And before all of that, when I was a little kid, the only thing I ever wanted was to play football. I used to think I was gonna be in the NFL. Didn't know what. I started off playing as quarterback, running back, D lineman, linebacker, you name it. I played all the positions, all through high school and middle school, all right? So nobody could tell me different that I wasn't gonna make the NFL. But when I got to my freshman year of high school, they threw me into practice against the varsity team because I was so good as a freshman. But then I realized this was a whole different animal, right? I'm playing these grown, full-size dudes, all right? They hit me and it just felt different, all right? So when I played at that kind of completely different level, it just came to my mind. This is gonna take way more thought and action than I thought. So my dream was just dying slowly by slowly, playing more. So going from CNA to a full registered nurse was just the natural first step, all right? Natural next step. Because the whole reason I pushed so hard for it was my mom, all right? I wanted to make as much money as possible so I could take care of her, all right? And the reason is because she took care of me. Everybody wants to take care of their parent because they sacrifice so much for them. And I just want to do that quickly, all right? So the love for the actual work was real too, all right? She was always the reason behind it. And for a long time, I told myself that being exhausted all the time was just the price you pay for good and stable job. But then the grind slowly started eating me alive. Let's talk about a normal day at work, all right? 8 in the morning to 8 at night, or 8 at night to 8 in the morning, all right? You clock in, you get your list of patients, and then you go nonstop. You're not stopping from that list you get. Somebody's calling you every 5 minutes, and you're up, down the halls all day, all night, right? Just going and going, all right? So one whole summer, I was just working 7 days a week straight. And some days, you got a patient just cuts you out because their meds are 5 minutes late. And what does every great nurse, healthcare worker just do? Just smile and take it with a grain of salt and just move on. That's the name of the job. That's the name of the game. So some days, you're just literally getting things thrown at you. People spitting at you, and you just take it. You have to take that too. And on top of that, you got the politics, the corporate politics, the work politics. Your boss sitting there timing how long it takes for you to get to each patient, all right? Hey, you took a little going here. Hey, what's going on right here when you have 12 other people in your name calling for you at the exact same time? So they're watching the clock on you while you're already running yourself into the ground. The worst part though was the feeling of being completely trapped, thinking there was no way out. Most nurses think there's no way out. Nursing, just because they went to nursing school, they can't do nothing else. They're stuck with this. No, but that's how I felt. Like there was no other door behind this one, that I couldn't walk through anything. I couldn't find any other way to be successful because I already put in the work. I went to 4 years of schooling for this. This has to be me, right? So I was just terrified of giving up that steady paycheck as nurses that we get, all right? You start telling yourself that nursing is all you can do. That's what you're brainwashed to think, all right? But thinking like you can't possibly do anything else. And the only two options or anybody ever gives you is going back to more schooling to become an NP, nurse practitioner, or become a travel nurse. So that's either more student loans or packing up your whole life to go somewhere else far away. And the thing is, either way you go, the government is still taking a huge chunk of it. And you're still working for somebody else. So I was thinking about, what can I have for myself? What can I do that is going to use my credibility and not have me be a slave, all right? So you're doing this travel nursing, and most nurses I talk to aren't even making 100K. Like everyone assumes we do. A lot of people are making $60, $70, $80,000 a year. And I see it every single day in my DMs. People write me saying, I'm dead, I'm a bird, I can't wait to get out of bedside. I'm about to take my NCLEX and I don't even want to get into nursing. So that is crazy. You worked hard in nursing school, you're about to take your test, and you don't want to move forward. You don't want to do this job. You know it's a trap. You know you're going to experience burnout. So that's basically every message I got. Thousands of completely exhausted nurses feeling like they're stuck. And none of these people are lazy. Most of these people are smart. You went through 3-4 years of nursing school, which is not easy. So nurses feel like they're stuck. And these are some of the smartest and hardest working people on the entire planet. And they're just trapped into a system that is just squeezes every little drop of you and just lays you flat. So I was there one night just thinking, realizing, do I want to do this for 30 more years? Do I want to do the exact same thing for 30 more years? Hell no, I couldn't. And then something happened that completely changed the way of all my thinking. In October of 2025, just 2 weeks after my birthday, my mom passed away. And the whole reason I was grinding this hard in the first place was so I could finally give her the trips. The life we always talked about, the life we always envisioned that we were gonna have. But I wasn't making anywhere close to the money that I needed to make it happen, to actually do it. And I spent so long just being scared that I'd blow all my money and fail. And when she passed, it hit me. So all at once, I kept telling myself, I'll do it when the timing is finally right. Now that when she was gone, there was never gonna be that right time. So I've been training my body for a paycheck and watching the clock run my entire life. I was done doing that. And I don't want more nurses to do that. I know there's a lot of nurses that experience what I'm doing or experience what I experienced or in the exact same situation. So what I did is I promised myself that I would never be in that same spot again. And waiting too long to take care of the people I love was the issue. So I stopped waiting, guys, because I spent all these years actually working inside healthcare. And I already know exactly what to do, what to look at. I know both sides of it, all right? The transportation side, the assisted living side. So what did I do? So I started really digging into what nurses can actually do once they leave bedside. And that's when I found a business called NEMT, non-emergency medical transportation. It sounds boring, I know, right? But stick with me for 1 second. Basically, you pick people up, you take them to their appointments, let's say methadone, dialysis, clinics, hospitals, their treatments. Then you bring them back home, all right? It's the same ride 3-4 times a week, every single week. So the income is steady and predictable. You're off your feet. You're not begging some manager that you wanna take Sunday off. And finally, the best thing is you're finally your own boss. Now, here's what most people get wrong with this. They sign up with these Medicaid brokers. Then they run themselves into the ground, doing $20, $40 trips all day long. Then they get burnt out and quit. The best move right now in 2026 is private pay. The family pays you directly and you get to set your own rates. And this is why being a nurse is a massive advantage, all right? Because I can walk into a facility right now, sit down with a discharge planner, and they trust me on site. They hand me contracts that a regular driver would wait months just to get a shot at. And on top of that, there are around 73 million people who are 65 and older. And that number is climbing every single day. So this is not slowing down anytime soon, guys. You have to jump on this. So I built it, and I built the whole thing for my bedroom, on my nights off, on my overnight shifts, while I was still grieving my mother. And it worked. So now I have over 50,000 people following me now on Instagram. And I built that from ground zero in about 3 months. So now I run my transportation business, and I also teach other nurses how to build the exact same thing. So I've got 7 nurses right now personally working with me. There's a couple right now down in Georgia, GA, husband and wife, all right? They are not playing around. They basically have their van and their insurance is about to close. And they already got discharge planners warmed up, ready to give them and send them customers left and right before they even officially launched. So that's the advantage nurses have. But I want to be completely straight with you, because this is the whole point of me making this video. I'm not gonna sit here and just throw numbers at you just to look impressive. I'm not some guy sitting off of 20 vans pretending I've got it all figured out. I'm just a guy who stopped waiting and actually started. And because of that, it got to a point where I started making $11,000 a month with my own NEMT business. So that just picture that other life for a second, where there's no clock running your entire day and you're not standing outside your own front door at 8 a.m., 8 p.m., drained to even walk inside. So you've got your time back, time for your kids, time for your family to take trips, time to take your mom anywhere she imagines. But you keep saying you'll do it someday. I'm working on myself right now. But look, I'm not trying to pitch you here. But if you're a burnt out nurse and something is in your mind that just went, yeah, that's me, then I've got a link below. You can hop on a free call with me. We'll map out exactly what this will look like for you in your state, in your specific situation, and if it actually makes sense for you. And if you decide you want to work with me, you'll walk away with a real plan you can go and run with on your own. But honestly, the only thing I really want for you is not let somebody run out on you the way it almost did on me. So don't sit on this. And if any of this hit home for you, go ahead and follow along for more. And if you're serious about getting out, just get on a call. I'll talk to you on there.